Hi there, I'm Julie Broad of Revenue.com, and today I want to talk about leaving your job to become a full-time real estate investor. A question that comes up quite a lot, especially when people find out that Dave and I, my husband Dave and I, became full-time real estate investors, if you will, in 2008. A lot of people say, well, what would you have done differently? What do you know now that you wish you'd known then? Reality is, I'm actually pretty darn happy with how things are today, and I believe that everything that happened from then to now has really created this today. So not regrets per se, but when I am helping other people through a transition like this, or if there were two things I would do differently, they would be this. So first of all, one of the things that we believed was that if we grew our portfolio enough and quickly, we would generate enough income to sustain ourselves. And we added rent-to-owns, which did boost our income, which did give us some great cash flow. And we really focused on doing a lot of deals. We did a deal a month for almost 3 full years after we became full-time. And yes, that helped. But the reality is real estate is cyclical. Things go up, things go down. And one thing we found all the time was that no matter how many properties you have, how much income you have coming in, there's always going to be some substantial expenses that come up that you're not expecting. And you might be anticipating a rent-to-own to sell that doesn't sell. You might buy a house to be a rent-to-own and expect a $10,000 deposit to be coming in. It doesn't quite fill like you want it to, so you turn it into a rental. So there's things that happen. And it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself and on your portfolio to expect it to cover all of your expenses in your business and in your life. So one of the things I recommend to people, and I wish we had done earlier, was to have some other source of income. So ideal people for becoming full-time that I'm currently coaching, they have consulting, right? They can consult back to their industry. They can choose how many days a week they work. They can choose what contracts they do, but that allows them to not solely rely on the income from their business. Other people have another business, right? They might have, say their wife has a business that they can help, or their husband has a business that they can help in. Or they have some other income from, say, being a realtor that they can ramp up and focus on that and do some real estate on the side. I think there's a real danger in thinking that you're going to live off your real estate income alone. There's very, very few people, in fact, we can't think of any. I believe there's some out there, but we can't think of any that are living off their real estate income alone. Most start an education business like we have, or have some other form of income in addition to their real estate. Because while there are some beautiful days, right, where there's lots of income coming in, there are also some days where there's a lot of expenses, a lot of money going out. So it'll make things a lot easier and a lot less stressful if you have other sources of income in your business besides just real estate. So that's number one. The second thing I wish we would have done leading into the transition is build a support network and get mentors. This is something that we did end up doing, and it was the greatest thing we did. But it took us a while. And frankly, if my parents hadn't have intervened and registered us for a great conference and signed me up for a business mentor as a Christmas and birthday gift the year after I quit my job, I don't know how long we would have floundered before either having to go back to work or before we figured things out. Because it was a pretty tough ride the couple years after we quit, me in particular, after I quit my job, because I was making the majority of the household income. And it was rough. It was a lot rougher than we expected. And if we had surrounded ourselves with like-minded people quicker and found mentors quicker, I think we would have had a lot more fun and could have had a lot more positive conversations, because frankly our friends didn't get it. We didn't have any money to spend on anything because we were growing our businesses, and a lot of our friends just really didn't understand. Having a support network of people who get what you're trying to do, in fact maybe they already are doing what you're doing, and having mentors to run things by and to know when something could be done a lot easier and a lot faster. I wish we had done it sooner, because once we did it, our business tripled and our life started getting better and better so much faster. So I encourage you to get a coach, somebody who doesn't have a vested interest in you doing deals. So they're not financially benefiting from any of the deals you're doing, and they have experience. They're kind of where you want to get to in the very near future. And surround yourself with other people who do what you want to do so that they get it, so that they can celebrate your successes and commiserate with you on your challenges. And it'll make it so much more fun. So there you go. Those are the 2 things I would do differently if I was looking at quitting my job in 6 months from now. Those are the 2 things I would know and plan for, and do a few things differently around that to make it a lot easier to go from that paycheck every 2 weeks to the wild, free, and wonderful world of being your own boss. Hope that helps. If you have a question that you want me or Dave to answer, if you're watching this on YouTube, just go ahead, give this video a like, because that always makes me really happy. And then post your comment or question in this video, and we just might shoot a video to answer that question. Or if you want us to type up a quick answer, pop on over to Facebook, join the conversation already going on, or start a new one, facebook.com/revenue. And we always respond to things that get posted on our Facebook page as well. Thank you. Take care.